Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you my Smiski and Labubu collection, while I also tell you about how to not get played by men. Coming from someone that has been played by bad and toxic men for many years in my life, I can now say I'm fully recovered from being played by immature, toxic, insecure men. But not too long ago, I was also someone that constantly fell into a pattern of being played by the same types of unavailable, unfaithful, immature, broke, lying, crappy men. And I always thought to myself, why does this keep happening to me? I don't understand why this keeps happening to me. Because, like, all I want is to meet somebody that treats me with respect and doesn't expect me to pay for every meal, and who actually has goals in their life, who actually doesn't lie to me and pretends to be someone else so that I can fall in love with them and then change immediately after when they know that they have me. Yeah, so I was also once one of those people that would fall for the wrong guy over and over again and be confused as to why it was happening, and being confused as to why all these terrible men were attracted to me. Well, honestly, I'm here to break the news to you. If you are falling into a pattern of dating the same type of person, repeatedly being tricked by people, and feel like, why do you attract the same types of toxic people over and over again? The answer is that it's you. The change that you're looking to see in the people that you attract starts with yourself. You have to change something that is attracting those people. Potentially, you are putting out the wrong type of signals. You're behaving in a certain way that is constantly attracting a type of person that you don't want to attract, such as an unavailable person, such as someone who is an unfaithful person, such as someone who is a manipulative liar, such as someone who's looking for somebody with low self-esteem, self-worth to use to make them feel insecure and give them just enough affection so that you feel special, but also not enough to make you feel secure, constantly insulting you a little bit and then telling you that they love you. If you're attracting the same type of person that's constantly not what you're looking for, you need to take a step back away from dating. Get to work. One of my first ever Smiskis, I think this is actually the first one I bought for myself from the work series, and this is my first point. Work on yourself. Also, he glows in the dark. I don't know if you guys can see, but this guy glows really, really bright. See? He's glowing. I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, so work on yourself. That is the first thing you need to do when you find yourself stuck in a pattern of being played. You're constantly being played? Well, stop letting people play you. Take a break. Take a step back and reflect on yourself. Reflect on, what do you want in a partner? For example, do you want him to be somebody that takes care of himself, that is active and works out, such as my second Smiski, or maybe this was my first, the exercise guy, hula hooping. So work on yourself. Identify what you want in an ideal partner. Do you want someone that takes care of himself physically? Step number 3 is move on. This is from the moving series, by the way. He's carrying a lamp. You need to move on from your old self and forgive yourself. You need to move on from the people that have hurt you and let go. You need to move on from your past self and forgive them for being more inexperienced, more naive, for being played by somebody. It is not their fault, and now they've learned their lesson. That's why you're watching this video, because you want to stop being played by people who are manipulative and liars and terrible people. Okay, next one that I've gotten is the dressing series. Pick yourself up. That's the message behind this guy. He's putting on his pants. He's getting ready for the day. He's getting ready to face any challenge for the day. He's picking himself up by the bootstraps. He's like, yep, I need to get my life together. It's time to make a change. You wake up, you have written down already, put in the work, what you want in your future partner. I remember doing this before I met my current boyfriend. He is the perfect partner that I had hoped for when I was writing these things down. When I met him, I was just shocked at how similar he was to this person that I had described to myself. And without having done that, I wouldn't have fully seen and acknowledged I need a partner that has all of these things. I need all of these things in a partner to be happy. And before that, I would just be like, oh, he has some good qualities, he has some bad qualities, just like everybody. Nobody's perfect. And while yes, that's true, nobody's perfect, there is somebody who is perfect for you. Somebody who gives you all the things that you would need. And I'm not saying write a list of things that are like, oh, he has perfect hair, he has perfect. Okay, maybe that is one of your things, that's fine. But I'm not saying that this list is like something that is do or die. If this person doesn't have a certain thing, then he's cut. Or if he has certain less positive qualities that aren't on that list, that means he's done. No, it's a list that kind of gives you a baseline, a foundation for when you are setting your standards. What is a deal breaker and what is something that you would love to have in a partner? Of course, it's important for them to meet all those deal breakers. You need somebody that has or doesn't have certain things. And beyond that, nobody is a perfect human being. When it comes to relationships, it's always going to be work. Regardless if you find the perfect partner, whether or not you find somebody that you think is your perfect match, it doesn't matter. There will always be hardships. There will always be really good times. There will always be up and downs. But when you meet somebody that really aligns with you, that really matches with your life, with your goals in life, they are just going to fit in. Everything is just going to be so easy. And when you meet them, you will know. When you're somebody that is used to a lot of toxicity, fights, constant makeup, breakup, toxic relationships, you are used to chaos. And at first, having a stable and comfortable and peaceful, safe relationship is going to feel very different and foreign to you. It's going to feel boring, maybe. It's going to feel like something's not right. Maybe there's no chemistry or no butterflies. And something you will end up learning the hard way when you're a healing girly that is someone that has been constantly played and constantly in toxic, negative situations with their partner, with someone they're dating. They're not going to be used to peace. They're not going to be used to someone telling you that they love you for who you are, they support you no matter what, and whenever you have a fight, you just talk it out like two mature adults. When you're not used to that, you feel like something is off. You feel like something might not be right. That maybe this person doesn't care about you as much, won't fight for you, doesn't care enough to fight with you, or doesn't care enough to go through ups and downs and crazy major makeup and breakups. But when you realize that this stability, safety, and this unconditional, stable love is something that you deserve, it's something that is normal, then you will be able to realize that you are worth more than just being somebody who is constantly not sure how their partner feels about them, who is constantly on the edge. Does he love me? Does he not love me? Is he hate me today? Does he not hate me today? Is he going to insult me today, or is he going to be nice to me today? That is not normal. That is a sign you're in a toxic relationship. And so many girls, including me, boys and girls, go through this. And it took me a lot of time to realize that this isn't normal. It took me a lot of time to realize that somebody who wants to talk it out with you, who wants to have a mature conversation about things, have open conversation, cares about you, and someone whose first reaction isn't to break up with you and call you names and yell at you when you do something wrong, is actually what love is supposed to look like, how your partner's supposed to treat you. And I think a lot of us grow up with unstable household dynamics because that's kind of the love that I recognized as love, whether or not I want to admit it. I saw a lot of fighting growing up. I saw a lot of emotionally immature conversations, and I saw a lot of fights that still resulted in my parents staying together. And I thought that was what love was. I thought fighting and I thought extreme up and downs were what love looks like, and that's just not the case. And I think a lot of people have that problem, and that's why they end up getting into bad relationships, like situationships, getting played, getting cheated on, getting into relationships, becoming side chicks. I think learning unhealthy relationship dynamics and learning love the wrong way really does something to your brain chemistry, and it really does make you see the world in a different light, a light that is not what's normal and not what's healthy. And it makes you attract and crave unhealthy relationships. And that is the reason why so many people are getting played. So many people are ending up in relationships they don't want to be in. They realize that they're not happy. They realize they're not feeling respected, because that is not what love is, and it takes a lot of unlearning. So take ownership and lead. This is my leader, Smiski, from the cheer collection. Isn't he cute? He's basically the march leader. He goes, everybody, listen up. We are making a change. Today is the day I decide to unlearn all the toxic behaviors, all the toxic normalized behaviors and dynamics that I've seen as a kid, and taking ownership of my own life. I want to be loved by somebody who doesn't hate me because I didn't do something that they said, who doesn't give me conditional love, who loves me unconditionally. Because I think another thing that's really important that we're missing here in just general society is self-respect, is knowing how to stand up for yourself. And I think that is something that's so difficult for a lot of people because we weren't taught that as kids. We were taught to just be quiet and to worry about making everyone else happy, being a people pleaser, making sure that everyone else is okay before you're okay, because that's how you survived in a chaotic, toxic household with toxic relationships constantly in your life. But once you realize that you are worth more, you don't need to keep certain people in your life. You don't need to please certain people. You don't need to please everyone. Sometimes it's just about pleasing yourself. When is the last time you've thought about whether or not you feel happy, whether you feel like you want to be somewhere? I saw this quote the other day that was like, when I went to parties, I used to care about whether or not the people in that room liked me. But now I go to parties wondering whether or not I will like the people at the party. And I think that's such an important message that first, not everyone's gonna like you in your life. You're not gonna like everyone that you meet in your life. And what's really important in life is whether or not you have people in your life that make you feel loved and valued, and whether you are making the people in your life feel loved and valued, rather than whether or not people you don't know approve of you and like you. Because what really matters in life is that you have people around you that love you for who you are. I think that's something that people don't think about, especially when they're hyper focused on whether or not this person's judging them, whether or not this person likes them, whether or not you said something that offended this person, whether or not they agree with your opinion, whether or not you're liked by this group of people. I think we are so hyper fixated and so obsessed with making other people like us that we forget how important it is for us to like where we are in life, for us to like the people that we're spending time with. I honestly sometimes forget that it matters how I feel too. It matters that I put myself first sometimes. It matters that I protect my feelings and I actually take care of myself. And yes, this is a Smiski from the bathing series. See, he just finished his self-care routine. He finished his shower in the bathroom. He took an everything shower, 2 hours long, and he forgot his towel. And now he needs to make sure no one's around so he can go get his towel. This guy is looking out for himself, because what this tells you is if you don't look out for yourself, who is going to? If you don't make that change in your life, who is going to do it for you? No one's grabbing that towel for you. No one's home. No one's there for you when you really need it, except yourself. You can rely on yourself, you know? You need to rely on yourself. In fact, if you are not your number one cheerleader, who is going to cheer you on? If you're not there for you at your lowest, how can you expect everyone else to be there for you? The unfortunate reality of life is that sometimes no one's going to be there for you. And when nobody's there for you, who else is going to be there for you other than yourself? So you need to be able to rely on yourself. You need to be able to know what's the right thing to do for you, to make the right decision for you. That's the conclusion of my Smiski collection, as well as what I wanted to tell you guys about not getting played. It's really, at the end of the day, about loving yourself, putting yourself first when you're in bad situations, and thinking about whether or not this situation serves you. And I'm not saying it in a way where it's like you should put yourself first and you should screw everyone else over, don't think about anyone else. I'm saying you need to acknowledge the fact that sometimes you are doing too much to help other people and it's hurting you. You are too busy chasing a pattern, a relationship, without even knowing it subconsciously, and then wondering why are you attracting all these terrible people into your life? Why you keep attracting this same dynamic? Why you keep having these failed relationships with people that are using you, who are unavailable, who are unfaithful, who don't care about your feelings, who ghost you after 2 years of being together, who don't treat you with bare minimum respect? Why are you entertaining that in your life when you know you deserve better? I know what the answer is because I used to be that way for so long. I used to think that's all I deserved. I used to think that was normal. I used to think toxic, up and down, super extreme changes in mood are normal. I used to think it was normal for your partner to call you names whenever you were fighting. I thought it was normal to not communicate properly with your partner. I thought it was normal to always be concerned with who won a fight. I thought it was normal to feel used. I thought it was normal to not be loved unconditionally, to be loved only if you were doing things for the other person. I thought it was normal to not be heard. I thought it was normal for someone to not care about my career and interests. I thought that all that a relationship needed in life was love. I thought all that was important was that this other person chose me and wanted to be with me. When really, what I should have been concerned with was whether or not this person had the same goals as me, whether or not they cared about our futures being aligned, whether or not they cared about what I wanted out of life. I didn't realize it was important for me to be happy where I was. I thought it was more so an obligation to just do what I had to do to be chosen. I thought I had to do whatever it took to make somebody like me. But really, what was important was that I liked where I was, that I was happy with where I was going in life, that I felt like me and my partner were a team and actually had goals that we were working towards together as well as independently. I thought it was more about making someone love me and being with me and being chosen. And I think a lot of people also won't admit to themselves that when they are chasing these relationships with people they know that aren't good people, they don't want to admit that what they're chasing is validation. And they don't even take a step back to think, do I want this? Or do I just want this person to like me? Or do I just want to be chosen? Do I want to feel special? Do I want to make this person that hates everyone, that treats everyone like trash, treat me nice, even if it's just 30% of the time? Even if he treats me like crap the other 70% of the time. I think what we're missing, people that are getting played, is doing some self-reflection, reflecting on whether or not this is what they want, whether or not you are doing something to make someone else like you. And the most important thing in life is to make sure you like you in the end of the day. Doesn't matter if you're in a healthy relationship or not. Do you like yourself? Because you are the person that you're spending the most time with. If you can't spend a second alone with yourself and actually think, I'm having fun, I like myself, I love the way I am excited to work on myself, I am becoming someone I want to be. If you can't say that to yourself, you're not ready to date. You should not be with somebody, because if you don't love yourself, if you don't even respect yourself or think that you deserve love or treat yourself well, it is a very dangerous thing to be giving someone else in your life all that power. Because if you're not with the right person, if you're in an unhealthy relationship, that person can knock you down in a second. That person can destroy your self-esteem with just one word, just one negative thing, and that's all it takes to knock you down. And I'm speaking from experience. So before you get in that toxic relationship with someone you're not sure about, maybe take a step back and just do some reflection by yourself. We all need to be a little more comfortable with being by ourselves, and that's my advice, I guess. That's kind of my lesson, because not everyone's perfect. The learning in life is forever. I know I'm saying it as if I've already learned this and I've already surpassed this step in my life, but I could just as easily tomorrow fall into the same pattern again. It takes work and it takes a conscious effort for you to constantly be building this relationship with yourself, to make yourself a person that you love, to grow more and more every day until you can reach this ideal version of yourself that you want to be. And it will be a forever growing and learning process in your life. So I don't want it to sound like there's an end step, there's an end goal, or that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I just want to share some tips and the mindset that you need to have in order to grow and be a person that you really want to be. And I'm so happy I got to show you guys my Smiski collection. I know you can see my little labubus in the back as well. I'm obsessed with them. I want to show you one more time my Smiski collection, all in one. So many. There's so many of them. Remember when I told you guys the first, like so many videos ago, that I got my first Smiski and I don't think I'll buy anymore? Well, This was that guy, I think, the hula hoop guy, and now I have this many. Show you guys my 2 new labubus. I'm so happy. I want to wear one today. I'm guessing this one because it matches my outfit a little more, but I kind of love the blue guy more. I think I haven't named him yet, but I think they're both he's. I just don't know which one to name. I just don't know what to name them. This one is Mr. Sea Salt Coconut, and this one is Green Grape. So this is the Green Grape one, and this is the Sea Salt Coconut, and I love them both really much. But I think this is still my favorite one. This one matches my outfit today, but this guy is my favorite. Look, squishy, squishy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. Today is not the typical makeup and chat, but I just wanted to do something different. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Say bye, Mr. Blue Guy. Say bye, Mr. Green Guy. Bye. Oh. Say bye, Mr. Green Guy. Say bye, Mr. Blue Guy. Bye. The fit. I think it goes so well. Bye.